Hey YouTube, got another video review for you today. This one's from a company by the name of Skinit. I'll put a link in the description. And what this product is basically a skin to go over the outside panels of your new PS5. And so, I love my new PS5, but, I hate the thing looks like it's an Apple product. It's just kind of like an eyesore on my entertainment system, because everything else is black. And so I don't know why Sony, did this whole thing with, the black and white. I wanted to get rid of all this white here on the sides and even on the controller. And I want to just black it out some. And so that's where this product that I'm about to show you is going to come into play. And what this is just a skin, hence the name Skinit. And what this does, it just fits on the outside. It just sticks on like that. So they've got a bunch of different patterns and designs. And you can go on their website and check out all the different stuff that they have. They have a huge assortment. But for me, myself, and I just wanted something plain. And I chose this Black Hex pattern. And it feels nice. It looks nice. And so I can't wait to get it installed. And there's the other side right there. And then right there is the two controllers. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get started, so stay tuned. Now, first things first, what you want to do is go ahead and put down a nice soft blanket so whenever you lay your PlayStation down, it doesn't scratch anything up. And then right here is the stand, and you'll have to remove it. And it's just a flathead screwdriver is all it takes, or if you don't have a flathead screwdriver, you can use a penny or a coin or something like that, and it comes right off. And I will say that this Skinit product, it comes USPS, so it comes delivered to your mailbox, and if it's too big to fit in the mailbox, they'll bring it to your doorstep, or at least that's what they did with me. And so now that I've got the base taken off, and you can see right here is the PS logo. So what you want to do is just take your fingertips, raise up on it, and when you raise up, you're going to want to pull down this way at the same time. So but you want to hold with your left hand down here at the base so it doesn't slide. Pull up, and then voila, it comes right off. I mean, it's very simple. So what I recommend doing next is I just took a little bit of rubbing alcohol and put it in a spray bottle, and I'm just going to squirt it down. And just take a microfiber towel, just wipe it down, make sure all the grease from your fingertips off of here. And before you even start this, just go ahead and wash your hands in some dish detergent, like some Dawn or something like that. And that way, any oils that's on your fingers, it'll be gone and it'll be nice and clean. It only takes a second for the alcohol to dry, so you can immediately start putting the wrap on there. And I just want to give you a close-up look at it. And it's got a nice texture to it. You flip it over on the back and you can see that it's a good quality. It's the 3M. Now next, I would just pick this little plate up, move your blanket or towel, whatever you have, out of the way. And the reason I'm doing this is so I don't get any of the fibers from the blanket stuck into the wrap. I'm gonna go ahead and peel a corner of this off and get it lined up on there and get it as close as I possibly can. And then once I get it started, then I'll come back and show you just where I'm at. Now I will say that there is a cutout for the PS right there. So make sure that you pay attention to that little cutout when you go to peel this off so you know which side goes where. As you can see, I went ahead and put it to the edge there on the top, there on the side, and got it all lined up. Got the PS emblem. Then once you get it lined up, you just mash the top down there and get it straight all the way across. And then all you have to do is just peel. Just take and slowly line it up. And just pull a little bit down at a time. And got a little bit off. You can pull it back up if you need to. Now, as you guys can see, I've went ahead and got it put on there. Got all the creases out of it and all that. and it looks pretty good. Now, I will say that it fit really well. Now, up here on the top, I wanted it to make sure that it really come to the top so that, you know, you didn't see any white along that top edge right in here. And then I tried to get it as close as I could right here on the front, but you can see it's cut just a little off. They could have used a little bit more material right there on that corner and then right there on the bottom. But for the most part, I mean, it turned out, you know, pretty doggone good. I mean, you're not even going to pay that no attention anyways, because that's going to be down. And so I think it turned out really well. So I'm pleased with the way that turned out. So now I'm going to go on to the other side and get going on it. And then you're going to repeat the process. You're just going to take and let me adjust right here. You're just going to take your fingers and grab up under there and pull up and then back that way while you're holding the base right here. So you just take and it just pulls out. Very, very simple. Plate's off. Now just repeat the process. Just going to move this to the side. Going to spray it down with some rubbing alcohol. Use a microfiber towel to get all the lint and stuff off. And then just peel and stick. Now you can see I went ahead and did the side where the disc inserts. And it turned out great. You know, I will say that it fit nice and tight up here in these corners. And they're on the back, but then get a little bit of gap there at the bottom. But again, that's going to be at the base, and you know, you're not really going to notice it. So anyways, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I will say that if you get any kind of bubbles or anything, just peel it back off and it'll re-stick. Now off camera, I peeled this thing off 3 or 4 times and put it back on there, and it's still tacky. It's been about 10 minutes on this side, about 10 minutes on the other side. And then now I've got to put on final piece here in the front and try to get it lined up. Well, I got to say, this thing went on there very, very easy. It took me about maybe 22 minutes to do both sides and then that front piece there. And I think it turned out absolutely amazing. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 9. And the only reason that I would give it a 9 is, like I said, right there at the bottom, there's a little bit of a gap. As far as everywhere else, it looks really good. You know, everything fit nice and neat, even around the PlayStation logo. It looks nice and crisp. And then even on the front piece here, I was a little worried where this combined and they butted up to one another right in here, but it looks great. I mean, it really fit perfectly right in there. Now, again, there's a little bit of a gap right there on the bottom. They could have used a little bit more material, but it's hardly even noticeable. So anyways, it made the PlayStation 5 look a hell of a lot better. Now it don't look like an Apple product, and it looks better sitting on the entertainment system. Well, there's only one thing left, and that's these controllers. These controllers are white as well, and they just look like a stormtrooper, and it just looks weird. I'm sorry. I wish PlayStation would have just kept it all nice and sleek and black. But anyways, we're about to fix that. And so we're going to put a wrap on the controller itself. Now, I would say this is going to be a little bit harder because there's going to be some curves in there, and it's just going to be a little more intricate, and it just looks a lot harder to me. So I'm going to let you guys take a look at it for yourself. Now, I will say one advantage is it's going to give you a little bit more grip right in here, because that wrap or that skin has a little bit of texture to it. So that is one benefit. It won't slide out of your hand as easily. But we're going to see if these little pieces here stay put. I don't know if they're going to rip over time or what, but you know, if they do, they do. They're not very expensive, and you know, it gives the controller a totally different look. So we're going to go ahead and get started putting them on. All right, same thing again. You just want to spray a little rubbing alcohol on a microfiber towel. Make sure all the controls and buttons and joysticks have all been wiped off. I'm going to go ahead and put on this little flat area and just start from there. All right, you can see I've got it laid on there. And you just want to take and work it over that contour, and it just folds down and lays flat really easy. It's not a big deal at all. And you can see that, you know, it was cut out pretty good for this. I don't see any white, maybe just a little thin hair right there, but you know, I'm happy with that. You can barely even see it. So anyways, you seen how fast that went on? All right. Well, I just got through finishing the controller, and I think it turned out okay. Out of, let's say a 1 to 10, I would give the controller wrap probably about a 7. Just simply because there's a few little places where, you know, there just wasn't enough material to cover all the white up, like right in there. And that is a little bit noticeable. And then around the buttons there, you know, it's not enough right in there as well. So that is kind of difficult. And then there was just a little funky piece right there that overlapped. But, you know, all in all, you know, this is just pretty much just to get rid of most of the white. And so it does that. You know, if you're worried about that little piece showing right there, you could always take like a Sharpie magic marker and color that in. But for the most part, it was a very simple installation. It took me probably about 10 minutes to put the skin on this controller and get it all laid down flat and everything. I didn't have any problems with any kind of bubbles or any of that mess. You know, it went on there fairly smooth, and so I'm pretty happy with the way that it went on. Like I said, you know, you're gonna get some little edges where you see a little bit of a white, but it's not bad. And you know, like I said, on the controller, you're gonna notice it a little bit more. On the case, you know, you're gonna be super happy with it. Give you an up close look at the case. And you can see that, you know, it fits nice around everything. I was really happy with that. You know, just down at the bottom there, it's just a little bit of white showing. And that's not a big deal at all. I've got to say the case is absolutely flawless. The wrap for it really went on easy. And again, I definitely give it 9 out of 10. The only reason, like I said, the only reason I'd give it any less is just that little bit of white showing right there. You're going to have a little bit of white showing anyways here on the ends and then the inside panels. So it's not going to be that big of a deal. It looks like it's just part of it, truthfully. All right, guys. Well, if you enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell, and that way you'll make sure you get to see my upcoming videos. I've got a bunch more coming out. And hey, if you like my shirt, check this out. Wuhan Wild Wings. So good it's contagious. You like the shirt? You think it's funny? Check out the dude's threads. I'll put a link in the description down below as well. And make sure you check out Skinit if you're interested in the wrap. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.